I know I would probably sound like every other YouTuber, but I really need your help on that one. If you like the video, press the like button, subscribe to see more videos of that kind. This video will last to the next 3 to 4 months just fine. This is the best guide in my opinion for brand new GPUs. This is the best CPU GPU combos that you can get when it comes to the value for money proposition, and the links will be down in the description to everything you need. When it comes to my opinion, the best budget CPU that's under $100, we got two options. We got the Ryzen 5 3600, and yeah, this CPU goes for $85 on Amazon, but you can get it from AliExpress for like 55 or to 60. I love this CPU. I actually have it on my secondary PC right now. I'm using it. It's more than fine. It's more than enough for my gaming PC, and I feel like it would get the job done pairing it with something like an RTX 4060. But since this is a really cheap CPU as of now, and a really cheap whole AM4 system is cheaper than an RTX 4060 actually, you can fit, and in my opinion, one of the best combos to fit it with being the Intel Arc A580 that goes for $160, an 8GB GPU that performs like a beast. It's actually as fast as some used GPUs on the market right now for the same price, which shows you how good the GPU is and how good it can be. An 8GB GPU that's being sold for nothing, in my opinion. This is cheap as hell, you know. But also there are other GPUs that are pairable with this Ryzen 5 3600. You can go for an RTX 4060, which I'm kind of going with right now on my secondary PC actually, because I'm more Nvidia biased, because I'm a content creator as of now. And you can also go with the behemoth GPU, and I actually have it, the RX 6700 XT, and let me show it to you. Now, this is a beast. This is the best GPU that you can get when it comes to the performance that you're getting for $300. This is better than the 7600 XT 16 gigs, a 12GB GPU that performs faster than an RTX 3070. This is awesome. I love this GPU. I got it for a great deal actually, around 200-ish. Yeah, the sky's the limit, or this is the limit when it comes to pairing GPU with the Ryzen 5 3600, and I feel like anything you go with would make a really good $500 to $600 PC build. Now, when it comes to the higher end side, there is the Ryzen 5 5600, which is the bigger brother, deservingly actually faster. You know, it's not like a bad choice, but if you wanted to cheap out, you can go with the Ryzen 5 3600. If you want the better performance, if you want the faster IPC, some higher FPS in a lot of titles, that still holds true as a good CPU of today's market. The Ryzen 5 5600 is still there. It's still packing a punch, and I've had it too for a long time. This is the longest CPU I've had in my system actually. The only difference is that you can go higher than the 6700 XT. You can go as high as the second favorite best value GPU from AMD, the RX 6800. This is a 16GB GPU that's faster, or as fast as something like an RTX 4070, which goes for $500. The GPU that we're talking about goes for $360, and a 16GB GPU. It's awesome. It's, you know, there's no comparison when it comes to the performance. You can never beat that in terms of performance or value, and it would make a great $600 to $700 1440p PC. Also, I'm a huge fan of Nvidia GPUs. The only GPU that I would recommend in the budget system is an RTX 4060. So if you are an Nvidia fan, you like the RTX 4060, is there, and this is the GPU that I'm kind of using as of now. Building a brand new PC, I don't think you should go for Intel unless you know what you're doing. But for gaming, Ryzen have the upgrade pass and have the value and have the performance. But if you're doing video editing, you need the core count. There is the i5-12600K, for example, which makes up for a really good CPU. And you compare it with anything, but the limit when it comes to the bottlenecking is something like an RTX 4070 Super. But with that aside, the best AM5 CPU, my favorite one, the one that I have right now, I've had the 7800X3D and I've had this one, and I decided to sell the 7800X3D and keep that, sorry. This is the Ryzen 5 7500F. And I don't have B-roll, but I have it in here. This one goes for $140 as of now. I actually got it for $120 on sale on AliExpress. AliExpress is usually on sale, so you can get it for that comparable price. And the performance is insane. The performance is crazy. I know you'd have to wait a week if you are in the US, but it's worth it. You know, you're saving a ton of money. And yeah, it's crazy good. It's comparable to something like a 5800 X3. This is the best CPU under $150 in my opinion. This is the best CPU of them all in my opinion too. For whatever budget, you can go with a $500, $600, $700 PC build and still actually be able to have the CPU in your system. An AM5 future-proof. But in my opinion, the fastest, or my favorite CPU-GPU combo with that one, we got the RTX 4070 Super, because I have a sweet spot for NVIDIA GPUs when it comes to the high-end market. And you have the RX 7800 XT. These are the two best GPUs for sub $500, $600. The RTX 4070 Super is a 12GB GPU that's got the ray tracing capabilities and the NVIDIA capabilities if you are a content creator you'd need. The 7800 XT has the same performance. If you are only looking for rasterization performance, the more VRAM, and cheaping out or saving more money, the 7800 XT is the way to go for sure, no problem. Then when it comes to the best Amazon CPU from Ryzen, there's the Ryzen 7 7700, and I love this CPU for the price that it provides. It's got a cooler that's actually usable, the AMD Wraith, I believe Spire, I'm pretty sure it's Spire, the Wraith cooler. It will handle the CPU just fine, and it can even handle higher end CPUs just fine. So you are paying for everything you are getting. I mean, it goes for $180-ish to $200 on AliExpress, but it goes for around like $250 on Amazon or $240. It's worth it. You are getting a $35 to $40 CPU cooler that gets the job done, brand new. So you are paying, or you're getting what you're paying for, and the best GPU to pair with that one, in my opinion, the RTX 4070 Ti Super or a 7900 XT if you are an AMD fan, but I'm more biased towards NVIDIA in this place. Now when it comes to the highest end CPU GPU combo, the best 4K CPU GPU combo in my opinion, I'm not gonna talk about the RTX 4090 guys. I hate it. It's so overpriced, it doesn't make any sense. We're looking at the Ryzen 7 7800X3D and the RTX 4080. So the 7800X3D really speaks for itself. This is the fastest CPU that you can get on the market right now. It gets the job done. You know, if the next gen Ryzen CPUs dropped, the X3D still holds true as one of the fastest. You'd find it on the top of the charts still, so you're not missing out on anything. It goes for $400 on Amazon, $320 on AliExpress, and it's brand new. There is nothing wrong if you got it from AliExpress, and if anything went wrong, you can actually return it. So I'm more biased towards AliExpress when it comes to saving money. It's crazy how much difference in terms of pricing it is. So yeah, the RTX 4080 Super, I just made a PC build with it, with the same CPU that we're talking about, and I've had also a really good experience with the higher end NVIDIA GPUs. They are really good for 40p, 4K gaming, comparable to the 7900 XTX. It still got that good rasterization performance. But again, if you're an AMD fan, go with the XTX, but I don't think it's good value. I'd rather get the XTX if it was for $800 to $850. But I don't know why it's so competitive with a GPU that's 1 year, you know, succeeding it, or 1 year after the release of it. This GPU should be at best for $800 to $850. That's why I'm not liking it that much. But here are my thoughts. These are the best value CPU GPU combos that you can get in 2024, and they will not change. I'm pretty sure nothing will change, only go out of stock. But other than that, they are still holding true. If you want to have a PC build for a certain budget, I feel like you should check out the CPU GPU combos and look for what matches your budget. So yeah, that's been it. If you like the video, press the like button. If you want to see more of that, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.